to Doses of BS. I'm your host, Brittany Lloyd.
And I'm Sherline Hawkins. This is Doses of BS. I'm so excited. A year in the making.
Yes, a year in the making, and I'm super excited to finally release what we have been preparing for all this time. It's been a year, but we have literally been very consistent and prepared to make sure that we have this thing down pat. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. After all the conversations we had, all of the technical difficulties of trying to get this out earlier, but it all worked out well. We're finally here at this point, and just lets you know that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it does take time to get stuff together. That's for sure.
That is so true. And I mean, considering we are on two different coasts, that definitely played a factor in starting today. So do you want to tell everyone where you're from?
Yes, so I am in Washington, D.C. I'm originally from North Carolina, but I consider myself a D.C. transplant since I've been here since I was 9 years old. I consider it one of the greatest cities in America behind Chicago, though. And what about you?
But I was born in Delaware, raised in New Jersey. Philadelphia, of course, has my heart. However, right now I'm currently living in Los Angeles. So I have been in Los Angeles for the past 8 years. So I have been out here since then, which it's crazy because Los Angeles is where me and you both met.
Yeah, through my cousin Karen. I remember back in 2017, my first time going to LA, Karen hosted the Women in Media hike. And that's where you and I met. And we found out that we're both in journalism, had aspirations of wanting to become talk show hosts. And I guess the seeds didn't really get planted until last year when I was trying to start something with Karen. And she said, you know what, I have the perfect person for you. And when we did the Zoom meeting, you came on. I was like, Brittany, I didn't even think about that. Because we hadn't been in communication for so long.
Yes, and the crazy thing is, like you said, it was a year ago. So last October we started, and then now we're here today, and it is the most amazing thing ever, especially the name. I love the name Doses of BS. People are probably like, what are they talking about? Are they going to spill some drama? Are they going to spill some tea? And this is completely opposite of that. This is literally us coming to you guys real. The B stands for Brittany and the S stands for Sherline, but we're excited.
Super excited. And today's topic, we're going to be going into taking a leap of faith. And I think the journey that we've taken over the course of a year trying to get this show together, the roadblocks that has presented itself, it just proves that this is the perfect topic that we should be starting off with when you take a leap of faith and try to follow your dreams. And it can seem kind of scary. You're uncertain about how it's going to end up like, but if you keep pressing forward, you never know what the outcome is going to be. Like us, we kept pressing forward, and here we are recording our first episode, about to send it out into the world, hoping that it can reach somebody who'll be able to take away something good from this.
Now, on the topic of stepping into the unknown, can you please help everyone understand or give them an example of when you personally have had that experience of stepping into the unknown and not knowing, other than this show, where this show literally is us putting our leap of faith out there, but what other experiences have you had where you're like, I'm stepping into the unknown, I don't know what to expect?
Well, I'm a news producer. When I started off, I started in Pennsylvania as an editor, worked my way up to associate producer, and I was given the opportunity to sign a contract to stay there, but I knew I wanted to come back to Washington, D.C. And I was at a crossroads. Do I turn down this position? Do I take it? Even though I know I want to go back to DC, I had no plan as to how I was going to get to DC besides applying to other jobs. So in my heart, I knew that I was going to get back home. And I prayed to God. I felt confirmation in my heart that whatever decision I make, he's going to be with me and just go with it. And so I turned down the contract, applied to multiple other jobs. My lease was about to be up, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I turned down this contract. My lease is about to be up. Am I going to move? And I just kept praying and praying and applying to multiple different jobs, taking on multiple interviews. And thank the Lord, my job in Baltimore came through. So if I didn't take that leap of faith, if I would have just stuck in my comfort zone and say, well, they're offering me a contract, this is secure, let me just take it, I wouldn't have been where I am now. So I'm happy that I did take that leap of faith, because what was on the other side is what led me to be able to get a job here in DC now.
And
What
you know
about,
what's crazy about it all is I always go by this saying where it's like, well, I always like tell the Lord, I'm like, Lord, whatever your will is for my life, let it be done. I don't know how I'm going to go along this journey. I don't know what's next, what to expect, but you have me in your hands and you're going to carry me. So please, like, I surrender and just want you to lead me into what's next. And that's exactly what he did for you, where he's like, don't worry, like your lease is going to expire, but guess what? I have you with me. Just trust me. So I absolutely love that.
yeah, what about you? Has there been an instance where you had to, step out on faith and just believe that God was going to see you through?
So the funny thing is, okay, so we have been working on this podcast for a year. However, I will admit that throughout this whole year, it has been a journey itself of stepping into the unknown. Um, Back in June, I decided to leave my job that I was with for 4 years. And I decided to continue to pursue the Black Daily, which I started a year ago. And so with the Black Daily, journalism is my passion. I have always been about reporting, giving out the factual information, making sure people are up to date. However, I saw a lack in reporting Black news. So I started the Black Daily. I was working the Black Daily. I was doing the Black Daily. I was working my job that I had for the past 4 years. On top of, most recently, I'm starting a clothing line. So I started working on that clothing line back in November of 2019. So I was basically working 4 jobs at once. And so my mom, she was just like, you know what, Brittany, if God is telling you that you can step out on faith and pursue the Black Daily full time and work on your activewear line while also preparing for a doses of BS, take that leap of faith. And I took that leap of faith, and now I am actually really, really happy. I'm the happiest I've been in the past 4 years. So I'm super excited and I'm beyond ecstatic that like I actually took that leap of faith of stepping into the unknown.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And it's been awesome to see you during this journey, hearing the stories and seeing how you were just so confident, not only in yourself, but in trusting that God will have his hand out and help you along the way. And it goes back to the scripture that you and I was talking about, Hebrews 12:1, where it says something along the lines of like, therefore, when we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, let us take off any negativity, sins, and evil, and run steadfast the race that is meant for us. It's basically saying that trusting in the ancestors, like when I read it, when I was reading more into it online, it was saying trusting in people who believed in God, like Abraham and Sarah, how they trusted God when he said that you will be a father of many nations, even though it didn't seem that it was going to happen, because weren't they like over 100 years old at that point?
Yes.
Yeah, but seeing how God helped lead other people along the way, taking off any doubt, any negativity, and just believing in the course that is set for you, you will not fail. And it says in the scripture, all you need is a mustard seed of faith, and God will see you through. And
Yes.
if you look up what a mustard seed looks like, a mustard seed is extremely small, like very minuscule.
Girl, it's super, 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 super small. So that mustard seed of faith, it's like you can't even see it if you don't pay attention.
Right.
Which, yeah,
Now, don't get me wrong. Now, you do have to put in the work. That's for sure. Like, we didn't just say, "Oh, we believe in God," and just sit back and not do anything. We put in the work, but we also trusted that while we are putting in the work, God is going to see us through. There's been a lot of instances in which I've believed in God, trusted that He was going to get me through. I would say to myself, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know how I'm going to get this, but I'm going to give it up to you because this is too heavy of a burden for me to carry. And He has never let me down.
yes. And when you say putting in the work, I feel like a lot of people um just say, you know what, Lord, I'm going to do this, and literally don't do it. So that is the major key to is putting in the work, doing what you have to do to make that goal achievable and to make that vision come forth. That's what I was trying to look for. I'm so sorry. But that's what you have to do to make that vision move forward. I also like the passion version of that scripture. And the passion version of that scripture says, as for us, we have all of these great witnesses who encircle us like clouds. So we must let go of every wound that has pierced us and the sin that we so easily fall into. Then we will be able to run to life's full marathon race with passion, determination, for the path has already been marked for us. So what I like about that scripture, or this version of the scripture, is the part of letting go of all sin and letting go of all the wounds that has hurt us. So not carrying on that burden that, you know what, so and so said this, maybe I should listen to whatever they said, or you know what, I feel very guilty of me doing X, Y, and Z. I don't think I'm worthy enough of pursuing this passion. So I feel like that scripture too, like that version of the scripture, is amazing because it puts it into another perspective where you're like, you know what, I can't let any sins or anything like that deter me from moving forward.
I'm glad that you said that because a year and a half ago, when I was working in Baltimore, I was trying to leave there and get into the station that I'm at now in DC. And I was speaking with someone and I was saying how I wanted it. And they said, well, why don't you apply? And I would say, well, I just don't think I might be good enough because I know it's top tier. And I was doubting myself. And they said, well, if you doubt yourself, you're not going to get it. You need to believe in yourself. Of course, you're not going to get it because you're putting out that negative energy. And also, to what you said, people who are negative and who will cast down your dreams, you have to be careful about who you reveal your dreams to, because not everybody has your best interest at heart. And their negativity can bring you down and you won't believe in yourself and you'll be too afraid to take that leap of faith. Just take it. Anybody who's listening now, take that leap, because the worst thing that you can do is not do it and end up living your life and regretting not taking that leap and thinking, what if?
It's so funny because it's like, what is Nike's slogan? Nike's
Just
slogan
do
is
it.
just do it. So just do it. Don't let anything hinder you. What I like is you just said words have power. You basically said that without saying it, is words have power, which is amazing because the next few episodes that people are going to join us in, it is going to be filled with a bunch of different topics and different things. However, we are not about to gossip. We're not about to bring in negativity. We're about to debunk the BS. So do you want to share what the audience will be looking forward to in the future?
Well, without giving away too much, we're going to be talking about a wide variety of topics, whether it comes to things in relationships, not just intimate relationships, but platonic relationships, work relationships, things that has to deal with money, building wealth, and helping yourself to become financially secure. And
I was
going
going
to
to say,
interject.
we have to include that, like, we have to put aside that stereotype of it's terrible to have Black luxury. Like, Black people can achieve and obtain
Who said
luxury.
that it's terrible to have Black luxury?
Some people put people down when they like certain things, or when they're like, oh my gosh, like, no, you shouldn't have that. Like, make it normal for us. Like, stop making it seem like we cannot have that. But I'm so sorry.
And that's when it comes to staying away from people who say negative things, because I don't surround myself with people who said that. That's why I was like, who said anything about Black luxury? Because I love luxury.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, making Black luxury normal on top of dealing with financials and all that fun stuff. So
yep. So do you have anything that you want to end with today?
I just want to end with thank you so much for joining us, you guys. I really, really appreciate it. And we cannot wait for you guys to see what we have in the future. We are going to come with you every month with something new, a new topic. So continue to follow us.
Yes, we are going to be releasing new episodes the first Thursday of every month. Make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. We can be found at Doses of BS. And we can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you.